Happy Wednesday, Dharma Circle. Swati here, the embodied Dharma coach, coming to you with another live class for supporting your six-figure spiritual business, growing your dharmic business so that you can share your gifts and wisdom, your medicine in a way that feels truly nourishing for you and helps you support other people, help others heal and grow as well. And today is a topic that I've actually never shared before in our group, but now's the time. And this is all about growing your Facebook group as a means for gathering new clients and creating more revenue. And so this specific class on Facebook growth is for healers and guides who are ready to generate more income. That you need a consistent strategy and you need a strategy that works. You need a marketing strategy for ongoing growth. And your Facebook group is in fact part of, or should be part of, your marketing process and your business growth. It should be a part of your revenue growth strategy. And if you're not using Facebook as a tool, and Facebook groups specifically as a tool for growth and for increasing revenue, then you're missing a big piece of your revenue and marketing strategy. So this is for you. This class is for you if you have a marketing strategy that sounds like this. I hope someone reaches out to me for a session or buys one of my offerings. Or you think that just posting on social media is a marketing strategy. Or maybe you have stops and starts with your revenue. Maybe you can't seem to reach new clients, or you're wondering where to get your next client or to meet your people. Maybe you already have a Facebook group, but you don't know how to use it as a conversion method or a resource for increasing your revenue. Or maybe in your Facebook group currently it's not converting well and you don't know how to generate income from your Facebook group. So this class today is for you if you fit into this category. And if you have a Facebook group, go ahead and comment below. Let me know if you already have a Facebook group. And if you don't have a Facebook group yet, also comment below. Let me know where you are in your process of using Facebook groups as a tool for generating revenue. So if you are a healer or a guide, a spiritual teacher, maybe an Ayurvedic practitioner, a hands-on healer who's ready to switch gears and change your healing methods and the way that you support your clients, wherever you are in your healing business. If you are ready to grow a six-figure business and you want the strategies in place, you want the structure in place in order to scale properly, and you want the proper marketing techniques and systems that work, pay attention to this class. And also, I have something special for you today. A very new offering that is a wealth training specifically for healers and guides who want a six-figure business. And you can comment wealthy below and I will share the details with you. I'll also be giving you more details here in our class today. So let's dive in. If you don't yet know how to make consistent income from your Facebook group, you have a gap in your revenue process. If you don't know how to make money consistently, generate revenue from a Facebook group, this is my term, you're leaving money on the table. This is such an incredible system, strategy, and process in order to generate income if you know how to use it properly. And after over a decade of being in business, sharing my gifts and wisdom, Facebook groups have been an essential tool for my business growth. For creating 10K plus months consistently, sometimes more. And we're actually working on scaling and growing through our Facebook group to have consistent 30K plus months. So the strategies that I teach you and what I'm sharing with you today, it works whether you want a 5K month, a 10K month, or 20, 30, and beyond. The same systems and strategies must be applied. And if you have this foundation and this framework in place, then you can just use it to keep growing and growing. But you need a place to start, and you need the foundation in place in order to do that. And so knowing how to create money and gather new clients from your Facebook group, it is actually a skill. And it's a skill that I have refined through years and years and years of trial and error, major investments, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And so that's why I'm sharing it with you today. And I share it also in my wealth training because I want you to not have to go through what I've been through. It's been a long road. It's been a long, long road. And over the past few years, my team and I have grown our Facebook group to 4,000 plus people. We keep growing and growing. And this has all been organic, meaning we have not been paying for ads and we have not been growing the group in any other way besides organic. And as a result of that, we have a lot of insights and a lot of awareness. We've failed a lot. We've made a lot of mistakes. And we also know what works now and what we have to do in order to dial it in and really have a pristine, impeccable process. And that's one of the things that is exciting because through our challenges, we will hopefully gather the right resources and tools and strategies that work. We know what doesn't work, and we've figured out what does work, and particularly for healers and guides. There are a lot of Facebook groups out there that are conversion tools, and people are using them to grow their revenue and their business, but it maybe doesn't feel aligned, or at least in my case, I don't align with my business, my dharmic approach to life and worldview doesn't really fit with a lot of the methods and the ways that I see out there for growing wealth and growing a business. And so it may even be a turnoff. And we don't want that. And so one of the things that I've done over many, many years is skillfully refined the tools that I've encountered, but made them work for a dharmic business and also make them feel good. That this has to feel good in my body, and it has to feel good in with my gifts and my wisdom. And so we've been able to do that here in the Facebook group and use these tools in a way that feels more aligned. And, in the beginning of growing the Facebook group, this was my main way of gathering clients and making revenue for the business. And then everything changed a few years ago. Algorithms changed. Facebook changed multiple features. Organic visibility became non-existent, and even buying habits shifted. A lot of these changes happened during the pandemic over a 2-year period, but almost overnight, my Facebook group stopped converting, and this was over 2 years ago. And again, I had been making most of my money through Facebook and gathering most of my clients through what I call a cross-pollination technique that used Facebook and newsletter and even my blog and that kind of thing, and it just stopped working. It stopped working almost overnight, and it was terrifying because I just lost my major source of revenue, and I was scrambling to figure out how do I get this group to convert and what just happened, because my visibility went to nothing and we stopped growing and stopped being visible. And some of that is shadow banning and rules that Facebook changed, especially for spiritual workers and spiritual healers, because Facebook doesn't like anything that can't be, it's not quantifiable. And so for a lot of us spiritual healers and guides, that's challenging because we can't give an X plus Y equals Z outcome. That's not really how it works with spiritual healing and healing in general. And so Facebook doesn't like claims that can't be guaranteed. And as healers, we need to be very careful and curious how we can get around that so that Facebook can keep allowing us to share and connect and offer our services. So, all of this changed overnight, and I had to scramble to figure out what I was going to do, how I was going to keep reaching people, grow my business, and keep generating income, sharing my gifts and wisdom. And so over the past few years, I have had to invest over $30,000 in teams and solutions and resources and marketing teams, business coaches, you name it, to figure out what is going on, what can I do to fix this problem. And fortunately, I've stumbled on some great resources, some wonderful tools, and systems that work, even if and when the algorithms change, which they will change. They are guaranteed to change. That's one thing we know about Facebook, is it will change. So the techniques that I teach you for 10K plus months, if used properly, again, they can keep helping you grow and grow and grow. So that's what I want to share with you today. And a reminder that everything that I share with you in this group, I use, I teach. I teach my mentorship clients this, and I use it. I know that it works. After over a decade of having a spiritual business, sharing my gifts and wisdom, at this point, I feel like I've tried everything. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars by this point on solutions and, so many hours, blood, sweat, tears. How many coaches, how many programs, how many marketing teams, how many solutions, and blood, sweat, tears, grief, sleepless nights, trying to figure it out and crack the code and support my business in growing and scaling. And it has not been easy. And if I had given up 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 8 years ago, I wouldn't be here now, and I wouldn't be growing. I just had my best year last year. Over $150,000, my best year yet, and that's from not giving up. And I'm sharing this with you as a reminder to don't give up. You got to keep going. You got to keep finding solutions. And also, I'm sharing this with you so that you don't have to go through what I've been through. And that's one of my big intentions for sharing my gifts and wisdom with you, is if I can make it easier for you, let's make that happen. Because we all know it has not been easy for me. It has been a lot of hard work. So for those of you who already know you're ready for consistent income and you want consistent revenue and you need solutions and tools, this is for you. And my wealth training, which I'll share more about, is also something that might be a wonderful resource for you. So here's what most healers miss when it comes to using social media to make money. First of all, you can't throw out content and links and offers and expect people to buy. Those days are over. Don't do it. That is not an effective marketing system or process. Conversion requires bold action steps, but the right kind of action, as well as a strategy for specific conversion processes. So don't be throwing out stuff and bombarding people with links. It just doesn't work anymore. And you have to have a very clear call to action, a CTA, and know how to start conversations. You think your message is clear, and I see this all the time. You think your message is clear, you think your offerings are clear, but they're not. Your offering and your pricing, it's not attracting the right buyer. And you are attracting the wrong demographic because your messaging is not aligned, your pricing is off, and you really want to help people, but the wrong people, you're attracting the wrong people are showing up, and that's a demographic problem, and that has to be fixed, and there are things that have to be done in order to fix that. And remember, there are only 3 reasons why people buy, and you need to be super crystal clear, pristine in your messaging and your marketing and your education and in your offering. There's only 3 reasons people buy: wealth, relationships, or health. Pick a lane, be clear in it, offer very clearly solutions for this problem. So you must have a clear strategy, you must have clear systems, you must have formulas that are guaranteed to convert, and hoping and wishing will not get you the results that you want. I actually heard that from someone yesterday, that was her marketing strategy, hoping someone showed up. That's not a marketing strategy. We need real solutions and real tools. So here's what you must get right in order to use your Facebook group to convert properly. You need the right demographic and the right group of buyers. You need to set up your group properly. That means the right description and the right entry-level questions. And you need to set this up properly. That's gate 1. And that determines who's showing up, who's seeing you, who's attracted to you, and do they get through gate 1 and gate 2. You need 3 clear offerings: low, medium, and high, with impeccable pricing. You need content that delivers. So your content needs to give the what and the why, but never the how. We sell the how. People need to buy the how. Your content needs to be very clear on what is the problem, help someone identify the problem, and why they need a solution. That's your job. What and why. How they pay for. Okay? And your content is what sells. And that inspires or ignites someone in the buying process and wanting more. And then you build trust in all of these pieces. But your content is impeccable and needs to be solving problems, inspiring people to want more and to be curious about solutions from you. And your whole Facebook group needs to be impeccable content. You need proper sequencing, and you need to know how to have the right kind of conversations with people. And that means everything from tagging people in posts, following up with them, going into the DMs and asking the right questions in the right way in order to start dialogue and build conversation. You need to know how to engage properly and give the right kind of support. Not overwhelming support, not sleazy support, not desperate support. You need to think like a healer and respond with simple responses that are also meaningful and helpful. So we're not going into the DMs and solving everyone's problems and doing coaching. That's not where it's going to happen. That they have to pay for. But you can use questioning and conversation to get curious and figure out what is the issue here and can I help this person and do I want to help this person? And then, okay, let's keep moving through the conversation and see how this develops. You also need to know how to launch a proper promo cycle. You need to know what a promo cycle is and how to do that properly, and what the sequencing is around that, so that you can ramp up sales and also not overwhelm people. You also need to know how to move people into clarity sessions with you to refine and keep refining. Is this someone that I have, that I can help? And do I have the tools to help this person? You need to be able to educate properly on your services. You need to know what education about your services looks like, what it feels like, what it means. You also need to know how to sell and overcome blocks with money. Because if that's in the way, you could do everything impeccably with your conversion process. And then when it gets to the sales process and that sales conversation, you're going to lose the sale. You're going to lose the client. You're going to lose the money. And so that could be one of your big roadblocks. That's an area that I'm inviting you to get curious about. And we'll keep talking about that as well. So Facebook groups are still the best social media tool for making consistent income. And I still think that it's better than Instagram, and for a variety of reasons. For one reason, this is a closed container that is specifically about you leading a group of people away from a problem and towards a solution. That's very different than Instagram or some of these other platforms where it's sort of like people come and go and they're in and they're out and they may follow your stuff, but there's not cohesion. In a Facebook group, it's very different. We can tag people for specific reasons. We can build conversations with them around a specific issue or need. And again, it's a closed container, and it's very specifically for and about you as the guide and the outcomes that you provide. And that's very unique to the Facebook group and the Facebook group structure. So these are the essential qualities you need to have as the group leader and guide. You need to be able to take action steps consistently, follow through. This can't be a process that, I'll get to it next week, or I did something on Monday and, I'll check in next month. No. This requires your consistent action steps. You must be committed to your group, your growth, and your leadership. You must take your medicine and your gifts seriously, and you must believe in yourself. You must be committed to the results for yourself and your clients and your group members. You must be focused on results and willing to be innovative, because it's not linear. I can give you all the formulas and systems, and you're still going to have to make adjustments for your buyers, your demographic, your medicine, your group specifically, and you must be creative and innovative. You must be able to face fears around visibility and voice, because you need to be visible. You are the leader. You are the guide. You need to be able to step into leadership, overcome money blocks, and become good at sales. So those are the qualities you need to possess in order to make 10K plus months in your Facebook group and even scale beyond that. So there are plenty of Facebook groups out there. That doesn't mean they're converting, and that doesn't mean they're making anyone money. I mean, there are Facebook groups out there, and I'm part of them, and there are thousands of people in there, and we don't know where we're going, what we're doing, who's leading, what this group is even for. That's a fail. You just lost people, thousands of people. And these are people you could help. This could be an amazing group to convert or make money from, but most people don't know how to do this. And so they'll have a group with thousands of people in it, and they literally don't know how to use it to make money or to help people. And that's really unfortunate. So just because you have thousands of people in your Facebook group, it doesn't mean that it is a well thriving entity. It doesn't mean that it's actually doing anything for anyone. And ultimately, our intention here is to help people, to serve people, to offer solutions, and to share our gifts and wisdom in meaningful ways. And that's where your Facebook group becomes an essential tool. So if you are a healer or a guide and you're ready for a six-figure business, you want these 10K plus months, you want a strategy, you want systems, you want to know what are my money blocks and why am I struggling? What can I do to fix these internal issues and overcome these challenges around money and wealth and abundance, and get the right strategies and systems in place for growing and scaling your business, then my wealth training is for you. And I've just created this and I'm so excited to share it with you because it hits all of the pieces that every one of you has been asking for in this group. You want more clients, you want more money. What's the block holding me back? What's the system that will best serve me and support me and scale my business? It's all in my wealth training. So the first step, we start with Jyotish. Understand what your relationship is with Venus in your natal chart. In your Jyotish chart, we're looking at a map of your body. We can easily see where are the internal blocks? Where's this body-money connection? And what needs to be transformed, fixed, invigorated in order for more vitality, more wealth, more abundance on all levels of life. So we start with the map of your body and we get crystal clear on where are the money blocks. Then we go into your six-figure spiritual business roadmap, and I give you all of my systems and structures in order to support you in having the right foundation, the right systems in place, and the right formulas in order for you to keep growing and scaling to a six-figure plus business and beyond. I've also added a bonus class, which is really exciting. This is the first time I've taught this material, and this is all about the step-by-step process for scaling your Facebook group. And I give you my step-by-step process in order for you to create 10K plus months from your Facebook group. Exactly what I've done, what I use. And remember, you don't have to invest over $30,000 in all the blood, sweat, and tears. I've done that for you. You're welcome. And I'm going to give it to you to make it easier for you and your process. There are also some extra bonuses that I'm throwing in. First of all, access to my entire Dharma Foundations course. It's worth over $1,500, if not more. It's an invaluable resource for your growth and your Dharmic business foundation. The first 5 people who join me and pay in full, you'll get a private Jyotish session with me. And we will go through your chart and we will figure out the gaps and where you need solutions and how we can support you in your wealth on all levels of life as well as in your business. There are some other bonuses I've included as well, and all of this is in my wealth training. For those of you who are ready for a six-figure plus business, you want to use your Facebook group to scale and grow, you want to fix the money blocks in the body and transform your relationship, your story with money. This wealth training is for you. I literally created this just for you based on all the feedback and all of the conversations we've had here in this group. And I've created a specific training to help you overcome these blockages and transform the way you work with your money and increase your wealth through systems and strategies that I use in my business and I know will support you in your growth. Comment wealthy below, and I will follow up with you personally, and we will see what you need, what solutions will best support you, and if this wealth training is for you. We start March 10th. You still have a little time to jump in, and I'm so excited about this one. We start March 10th. Comment wealthy below. We'll get you all the details, and I look forward to sharing more with you. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. I hope these systems and strategies have felt helpful today. Implement, implement, implement. Go fix, transform, restructure, and I'll see you in the wealth training.